Chopin making itself known. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the South Fork. As Unitarian Universalists, we come together each week to worship. That is to honor what is of worth. Each week we speak the words, whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, whatever your name for the sacred, you are welcome to bring your full self here. This morning, our worship takes a slightly different format. We want to bring to you the local vigil, our local vigil in support of Palestine. 2 years ago, in October of 2023, weeks, maybe days after the attacks on October 7th and the building war in Gaza, Ella, Kathy, and I were in conversation about what we could do here, locally, in our own community, to bring attention to the war, to mourn the loss, to call for a ceasefire. We wondered about the timing. We wondered about the perception. We wondered, what if nobody else came out to join us? We also asked, what would it mean if no one in this community, what would it mean for no one in this community to publicly acknowledge the devastation? Others did join us. My own participation has been inconsistent because of work, because of travel, because it can be difficult to stand week after week for a thing that I know others don't support and don't agree with. I could not imagine that 2 years on, we would still be here. That 2 years on, we would still need to be here. We hope that you will join us. Today, we want to give you a sense of what we are doing each week. Our worship leaders this morning are Ella Engel-Snow, Kathy Engel. We've asked Sue Penny and Ken Dorff, who have also been regular attendees at the vigil, to join us. Our musician this morning is Stephen Skoldberg. Our tech hosts are Kent Martin and Carl Wittenberg. If you are joining us online, you have access to live transcript, if that is helpful. Joining us here in the meeting house, we have hearing-assisted devices, if that is helpful for you. Whether you are joining us online or here in the meeting house, this is a time to silence your devices so that we might be free from distractions. You will find announcements on our website and our weekly e-bulletin. What you have in place of our regular order of service is some of the information that we distribute each week to people who join or witness our vigil.
We are East End for Peace and Justice. This is what we will do today. We will begin by reading our statement. Then together, we will read the names of children killed in the genocide in Gaza, followed by 10 minutes of silent vigil. We will close with a poem by a Palestinian poet. We keep any referenced numbers as up to date as possible. Our current numbers are taken from medical journal, The Lancet, and we emphasize the numbers dramatically increase weekly, including those killed, maimed, starving, ill without care, and of course, displaced. It's not possible to accurately give numbers or language to the magnitude of devastation.
We welcome those who are here for the first time. We welcome back those who have been with us past Sundays. We are a community group committed to nonviolence. We will not engage should anyone attempt to interrupt or disrupt our vigil. We are here to call for an end to Israel's genocide in Palestine. We demand the U.S. stop military aid and stop weapons sales to Israel. We demand a cessation of U.S. aggressions in the Middle East.
As we stand in eastern Long Island, we are standing on unceded Shinnecock and Montauk territory. The Shinnecock people, whose original territory lay between current-day Eastport to East Hampton, have endured the brutality of settler colonialism for over 380 years. Let us honor the elders, past, present, and future, and the resilience of the Shinnecock and Montauk people who continue to show leadership as protectors of their community, history, traditions, lands, and waters. As we call for life, sovereignty, and self-determination for Palestinian people, we remind ourselves to continue the work here in support of Indigenous rights and movements.
We gather this morning in the long and mighty tradition of nonviolent practice. We join together in public spaces to enact our First Amendment rights, to speak out. We call for an end to unconstitutional arrests, revocations of visas, and deportations.
We grieve for those who have been killed in the occupied territories of Palestine, in Israel, and all of those affected in the region. We grieve for their loved ones. We grieve for those who are endangered daily. We grieve the agony of occupation for Palestinian people for 77 years. We are strengthened by and in solidarity with the multitude of actions of resistance worldwide.
Dear Palestine, we will not abandon you. We will not look away. We call for an end to the U.S.-supported Israeli apartheid. We call for an end to ethnic cleansing. We call for an end to the genocide. The Israeli government is attempting to eradicate the Palestinian people and to erase history and culture. Conservative estimates say the true death toll in Gaza could be more than 186,000 people. Thousands are missing. Thousands of children have been killed, maimed, and orphaned. More than 270 Palestinian journalists and media workers have been killed by Israeli attacks since October 7th, 2023. There is nowhere to go, no place for the bodies, no medical treatment available. Starvation is being used as a war tactic against Palestinian civilians in Gaza. We call for the immediate and real access to humanitarian aid for Palestinian people.
We know that fear can prevent us from acting. We must counter rising Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, anti-Arab, specifically anti-Palestinian, and all forms of racism. We will not let censorship, harassment, or fear-mongering stop us. We will support each other as we continue to show up together in our community.
Each week, we read the names of Palestinian children who have been killed in Gaza in the early days of the war. We do this to honor the memory of their life, to mourn their loss. This morning, you are invited to share in that ritual. You have found index cards, cardstock on your chair when you entered. If you don't have cards, you are invited to find them now on a different chair. For those joining us on Zoom, there are names in the chat. These names are just a tiny fraction of the actual children who have been killed. We'll ring a chime after each name.
Bara Mohammed Adi Baslim, 2 years old. Sanad Sakar Izat Abu Rukba, 3 years old.
One-year-old Ali Astel, Mariwa Ma Na Nesses.
Shaban Ahmed Shaban Halasa, 3 years old. Basma Sadi Muhammad Abu Hamada, 2 years old. Omar Hassan Al-Ghafir, 1 year old. Eliana Muhammad Nabil Makamer, 0 years old.
Nabil Iyad Nabil Omran, 2 years old. Judy Abdullah Dunlad Mansour, 2 years old. Abdul Rahman Samir Salana Saad, 0 years old. I would like to add a feminist viewpoint. Studies show children learn their gender identity before they are 3. These children will never know whether they are boys or girls.
Sidra Muhammad Saadi Kashta, 1 year old. Muammar Ihab Saadallah Al-Helal, 1 year old.
Sarah Saeed Jabir Abu Hawasil, 3 years old. Obiada Mohammed Abdel Karim Hania, 1 year old.
Nasser Allah Nasser Jahoun, 0 years old. Shahad Muter Mohammed Abdu Sariya, 3 years old.
Dia Majed Ahmad Kishko, 0 years old. Maria Yassar Kama Al-Masri, 0 years old.
Sham Hussein Muhammad Abu Hamad, 3 years old. Rayad Ihab Raid Salman Ali, 0 years old.
Abdul Carmen Kamal Zindal, 0 years old. Nairun Marjan Fath Rahman, 0 years.
Uday Muhammad Rafiq El Sultan, 0 years old. Shad Yasir Ahmed Abu Halhul, 3 years old.
Abdel Rauf Ibrahim Abdel Rauf El Farah, 0 years old. Sarah Bilal Mohammed Huzana, 3 years old.
Ola Ahmad Muhammad Abu Jaju, 3 years old. Linda Musab Tahar Al-Suwarki, 2 years old. Lara Ayub Zafir Al-Halu, 2 years old. Mira Youssef Ibrahim Musla, 1 year old. Ali Ahmed Mahmoud Al-Ran, 2 years old.
Me and
Mian Muhammad Riyad Abu Hadaid, 1 year old. Sharif Muhammad Sharif Ghazal, 1 year old.
Julia Fazi Saeed Al-Kurd, 1 year old. Malik Ishmael Haveen Haboud, 3 years old.
Juliet Sobi George Al-Siari, 1 year old. Musk El Katan Ishmael Awad Wesha, 3 years old. Mustafa Mohammed Mustafa Alili, 3 years old.
Lana Omar Kamil Yundi, 2 years old. Tolin Mohammed Fayez Ahmad Hawoun, 3 years old. Tamam Mustafa Amin Nofal, 3 years old.
Sarah Faraz Fahami El Najjar, 3 years old. Miraman Suleiman Moin Al Najjar, 1 year old.
We have some on Zoom if you want to read.
Okay. Farude Imad Al-Ajez, 0 years old. Farah Hamam Yusuf Bar, 0 years old. Ur Mustafa Mohammed Al-Nagib, 1 year old. Imad Iyad Imad Al-Avrer, 1 year old.
Sarah Maj Abdel Latif Al-Hajj, 1 year old. Ayan Muhammad Sayed Al-Akar, 2 years old. Nora Musab Kamal Abu Naim, 3 years old. Jumana Nabil Saeed Al-Kanfut, 1 year old.
Jaoud Saleh Kamis Nasrallah, 1 year old. Mustafa Mohammed Omar Jalambo, 2 years old. Hur Hossam Fausi Al-Bawab, 2 years old. Maria Zaid Nafez Abu Taima, 1 year old.
Sarah Mahmoud Samir Akal, 1 year old. Alina Khalad Saeed Al-Ramlawi, 2 years old.
Hisham Abdo Fayez Albana, 2 years old.
This is our 10 minutes of silence, yes.
We are a community group here to call for an end to the genocide in Palestine. We will not engage should anyone attempt to interrupt or disrupt our vigil. We will now sit together for 10 minutes of silent vigil.
My name's Ken Dorff. I'm a member of the congregation. Ella and Kathy are going to read a poem written by a Palestinian poet. I'm just going to read the first stanza of the poem in Arabic, so you can get a sense of the language. A few words that you might listen for in the Arabic. One is maladhan, which means refuge. Another is ubaruka, which is I bless you, like barak, like baruch in Hebrew. Another word is saruch, which is a rocket. Saruch is a rocket. Atfal are children. Atfal mean children. Atfal al-saghar are small children, or the little ones. Atfal al-saghar. امنحكم ملاذا في دعاء الصلاة وباركوا الحي مندة كي أحزموهما منا صاروخ منا اللحظة التي يصدر فيها أمر من الجنرال إلا أن تحدوا الغار امنحكم أنتم والأطفال الصغار ملاذا. الأطفال الصغار الذين يغيرون مسار الصاروخ قبل أن يسقط على ابتسامتهم.
The poem is called I Grant You Refuge, and it was written by poet, novelist, and teacher Hibu Abu Nada on October 10th, 2023. She was murdered in her home in Gaza by an Israeli airstrike on October 20th, 2023. The poem was translated by Huda Fakhreddin. 1. I grant you refuge.
In invocation and prayer, I bless the neighborhood and the minaret to guard them from the rocket, from the moment it is a general's command until it becomes a raid. I grant you and the little ones refuge.
The little ones who change the rocket's course before it lands with their smiles. 2. I grant you and the little ones refuge.
The little ones now asleep like chicks in a nest. They don't walk in their sleep towards dreams. They know death lurks outside the house. Their mother's tears are now doves following them, trailing behind every coffin. 3. I grant the father refuge.
The little one's father who holds the house upright when it tilts after the bombs. He implores the moment of death. Have mercy, spare me a little while. For their sake, I've learned to love my life. Grant them a death as beautiful as they are. 4. I grant you refuge.
From hurt and death, refuge in the glory of our siege, here in the belly of the whale. Our streets exalt God with every bomb. They pray for the mosques and the houses. And every time the bombing begins in the north, our supplications rise in the south. 5. I grant you refuge.
From hurt and suffering, with words of sacred scripture, I shield the oranges from the sting of phosphorus and the shades of cloud from the smog. I grant you refuge in knowing
that the dust will clear, and they who fell in love and died together will one day laugh.
We're going to sing a song together. This song was sung to South African protesters by their supporters as they were marched off to prison to give them courage. Why doesn't everyone stand up so we can get some breath? Kent, do you want to join me for it? Or, okay, I'm going to sing it through once. You'll hear the tune. And I sing, and then you respond. I sing, you respond, and then we sing together. Okay, so courage, whoa, whoa, courage, my friends. Is that too high?
No, that sounds good.
Okay. My friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk walk with you, and sing your spirit home. Okay, we'll sing that again. Courage, courage, my friends, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. One word change. Justice, justice, my friends, you do not walk alone. Again, the same. We will walk with you. You do not. Sing your spirit home. I'm sorry, home. Then stand firm, my friends. You do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. Palestine, my friends, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. Hear us, my friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. Freedom, my friends, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. Thank you.
We don't typically sing at the Vigil, and we wanted to sing here, and I will admit that often when we are doing our 10 minutes of silence, I am singing that song to myself. So we do typically end the Vigil. We're doing closing circle before offering. We do typically end the Vigil after the names and the silence and the reading of the poem, a different poem by a Palestinian poet, with closing circle. And so we all circle up and we share how we are feeling. We typically, in that moment, remind people that we are still in a public space. And so as we stop our recording during our joys and concerns, we'll pause our recording during this sharing circle. And so this is a less public space. This is our space to share what we are feeling.
Rafiq, Siada. We're going to hear while we're responding to the while we're basketing, we will hear a poem by Rafiq Ziad, and it's called "We Teach Life, Sir."
I'll start with this poem. I wrote this poem when the bombs were dropping on Gaza, and I was the media spokesperson for the coalition doing a lot of the organizing. And we had stayed up to about 6 o'clock in the morning, perfecting every soundbite. And by the end, if you're Palestinian, you know most Palestinians get tired and start pronouncing our P's as B's. So we become Palestinians by the end of the day. So I was practicing my P's all night. And the next morning, one of the journalists asked me, "Don't you think it would all be fine if you just stopped teaching your children to hate?" I did not insult the person. I was very polite. But I wrote this poem as a response to these types of questions we Palestinians always get. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits, filled enough with statistics to counter measured response. And I perfected my English and I learned my UN resolutions. But still, he asked me, "Ms. Ziyada, don't you think everything would be resolved if you would just stop teaching so much hatred to your children?" Pause. I look inside of me for strength to be patient, but patience is not at the tip of my tongue as the bombs drop over Gaza. Patience has just escaped me. Pause. Smile. We teach life, sir. Rafif, remember to smile. Pause. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians teach life after they have occupied the last sky. We teach life after they have built their settlements and apartheid walls. After the last skies, we teach life, sir. But today, my body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits. And just give us a story, a human story. You see, this is not political. We just want to tell people about you and your people. So give us a human story. Don't mention that word apartheid and occupation. This is not political. You have to help me as a journalist to help you tell your story, which is not a political story. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. How about you give us a story of a woman in Gaza who needs medication? How about you? Do you have enough bone-broken limbs to cover the sun? Hand me over your dead and give me the list of their names in 1,200 word limits. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits and move those that are desensitized to terrorist blood. But they felt sorry. They felt sorry for the cattle over Gaza. So I give them UN resolutions and statistics, and we condemn and we deplore and we reject. And these are not two equal sides, occupier and occupied, and 100 dead, 200 dead, and 1,000 dead. And between that war crime and massacre, I vent out words and smile, not exotic. Smile, not terrorist. And I recount 100 dead, 200 dead, 1,000 dead. Is anyone out there? Will anyone listen? I wish I could wail over their bodies. I wish I could just run barefoot in every refugee camp and hold every child, cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their life the way I do. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre, and let me just tell you, there is nothing your UN resolutions have ever done about this. And no soundbite I come up with, no matter how good my English gets, no soundbite will bring them back to life. No soundbite will fix this. We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up every morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir.
We wanted you to hear her words and to see her deliver them. And we thank you for your presence here, and we thank you for your open hearts. And we thank you, and we hope that you will teach life, and we hope that you will join us. We hope you will stay for the postlude. We extinguish our chalice. Some of you know these words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of wisdom.
I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I prayed, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. Negativity surrounds. I know someday it'll all turn around. So all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day. One day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving through the water, stay raging. In this maze you will lose your way, your way. Might drive you crazy, but don't let it faze you, no way, no way. All my life I've been waiting for, been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. One day. One day, one day, one day, one day. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day.